Well, this story might not scare you now, but it should. Let's talk about this. Hey everybody, what is going on? Brandon here with another video, and I know I said I was only going to be doing horror videos, and in a way this kind of is, depending on what scares you, but this was pretty big news that dropped in the last 24 hours, and I felt as a gaming YouTuber it is my obligation to cover it and discuss it with you guys, as well as some of the bigger implications on why this should actually scare you. So over the last day, it's been reported that one of Blizzard's Hearthstone professional players was actually suspended, and his actual payments being withheld from him for pro-Hong Kong protest statement that he made in one of his streams. Not only was he fired, but also two casters that were there during the stream that didn't cut to commercial or cut to advertisement before he made the statements. They were also let go. And this is big. This is pretty big news. This comes right after Daryl Morey from the NBA was forced to apologize for Hong Kong protest statements as well, after China refused to broadcast Houston Rockets games over in China. The NBA bent the knee and forced Daryl Morey to apologize. And something similar is going on here with Tencent actually being a Chinese-owned company, actually being an investor and having controlling interest in Activision Blizzard. This does not bode well for the American people for a lot of different reasons, and it's actually pretty scary. Because what this means, if you're not keeping up with me here, I'll try to explain this. It means that Activision Blizzard, an American-owned company, is now bending the knee to the Chinese government. Not just a Chinese company, because of the way China's run. The Chinese government, an American-owned company is bending the knee to a Chinese government and getting rid of one of their players for flexing freedom of speech, basically. This is not good, and that's the same thing that is happening with the NBA. A big American company bending the knee to the Chinese government again. This is not good. This is not good for anybody, not just gaming or sports. I mean, there's a lot going on here, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. With China's power and influence, they are probably the biggest threat to all the nations as far as their economy is concerned. Almost anything you have, even if it's made in America, is built with stuff that was brought over from China. I mean, you say you don't want to buy an iPhone because of what all's going on over in the iPhone factories over there in China. If you don't already know, the conditions over there are pretty terrible. I'm pretty sure they said the rates at which they lose employees, and I'm saying that loosely so I don't get demonetized, is pretty bad. So if you're one of those people that, well, I just won't order it from China, I'll build my own iPhone. I mean, all the pieces you're going to order, even if you get them from an American shipper, are still going to end up coming from China at some point in time. So we get too much stuff from China, and this is showing how much power the Chinese government really actually has over American companies. So yeah, this is actually pretty scary. This is something to actually be worried about. So what are we going to do about it? Short answer, we can't do a whole hell of a lot, at least individually. This is one of those things where we're going to have to start, as consumers, influencing the market as best as we can. And you got to understand, a lot of the market isn't as privy to information. While a lot of us are informed consumers and understand what we're standing against or what we're buying, a lot of the market, especially in video games, is not as informed. They don't pay attention to the stuff going on behind the scenes with developers. They just see a cool game on TV and they want it, because a lot of the market is kids. So what can we do as content creators, or even if you're not content creators, what can we do? Well, like I said, there's not really a whole hell of a lot we can do besides changing the way everybody looks at the market. And the best way to do that would be, if we don't want to support what Blizzard's doing, I can't really justify saying, go boycott Blizzard, stop buying Blizzard games, because I'm not going to reach the masses. I'm not going to reach the people that don't really, go behind the scenes. But what I can do, and what the rest of you can do, especially fellow content creators, if you don't want to support Blizzard, but know saying boycott Blizzard's not going to do anything, do this. Stop showing their games on your channel. Maybe if we stop streaming their stuff and we stop doing videos about it on YouTube, maybe then the masses that don't normally know what's going on behind the scenes won't know as much about these games. And they will lose sales, and they will start affecting things, because we can't just scream boycott and expect everybody to listen. But we can stop advertising for that, and hopefully that gets people a little less excited for their games. If nobody's streaming it, nobody's playing it on YouTube, and nobody's talking about it, then the masses that don't know what's going on behind the scenes will unknowingly stop supporting these companies because they don't have the free advertisement. Because, guys, let's face it, when has screaming boycott ever really worked? I mean, it hasn't. And even as pissed off as I am right now with what's going on, I know, and as much as I didn't like Diablo 3, I mean, I liked Diablo 3, but I did not like it as much as Diablo 2. Even with all that going on, I still, if they release Diablo 4 in the next 2 years, I'm gonna want to play it. I'm gonna want to check it out because I've been playing the series for so long. But there's a lot of people that have never played the series, and more than likely, if Blizzard keeps going down this path, we will play Diablo 4, some of us, probably not like it nearly as much as we're hoping to, and all we have to do is not advertise it. All we have to do is not show it to people. Not tell people how great it is if it's good. Just let the company start taking hits in advertising. That's the only way we're actually going to be able to affect anything. Screaming boycott's not going to change anything, but if we stop advertising for them, maybe then we'll be able to affect enough to where they'll understand the consumer market can pressure them a lot harder than the Chinese market. And that might not be right now. That might not be for a while, but I think it's a plan that could work in the long run. But guys, I just wanted to do this video and kind of give you guys my thoughts. There's actually a lot I could continue to talk about when it comes to everything that's going on here, but I think honestly if I continued to talk, I could talk and talk and talk for hours. I don't have enough time to do that today. But yeah, there's still a lot of information coming out about what happened with Blizzard and the employee. I will try to stay updated on the story if more information comes out about it. Right now it looks pretty cut and dry, but more information could come out. I couldn't find really any more sources with any more information. It may be if this wasn't the case, but I don't know. More information might come out. If that does, I will do a follow-up video to make sure that I'm not trying to get anything wrong with it. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. I think that rather than scream boycott on stuff, I think if a company does do something that I think we disagree with, I think at this point in time the best thing we can do would be to stop advertising for it. So rather than continuing to advertise by screaming boycott and showcasing the games over and over and over again, just stop covering it. So that'll be what I will start doing. If companies go too far and they cross a line, that's going to be what I do. I don't know about the rest of you. I don't know if anybody's going to follow in my footsteps, but that is my commitment to the gaming community, that if a company does something that I say I think draws like a line where I wouldn't cross it, then I'm going to stop advertising for them. I think that's the best way that I can handle it on my end and not come off like a liar or fraud if I'm screaming boycott. But guys, that's all the time I got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video and you want to see more, please do me a favor and hit that red subscribe button. If you want to know anytime Nathan or I upload videos, please do us a favor and hit that bell icon. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.